Hi guys, it's Debbie with Debbie J's Crafting Corner. I'm so glad that you're here. Today I'm going to be using one of the, actually this is the Merry Everything Words die set from the Right Words collections by Becca Fegan. This is such a fun set. We've got a fun banner with a little circle that you could use to turn it into a tag. And then we've got a lot of words that we don't use on a lot of our cards. I know I have a lot of Christmas stamps and dies, I have a lot of birthday stamps and dies, and I absolutely love them, but I don't really have a lot of, say, Mother's Day, or Easter, or Thanksgiving. Happy is always good, so I have that already, which is awesome. We have Valentine's Day, which I don't have a ton of those either. Father's Day, Halloween, love, love, love Halloween. Of course, I love just having the separate day, but in my mind, this is a good addition for all of your cards. You could turn basically any design into whatever occasion you need it for, and that would be awesome. Okay, so here's kind of sort of my general idea. With these banners, you could use either side and have them kind of as banners, or you could have it as a belly band, or lots of different ways to use it. What I'm going to do, I've pulled out some of this party-ish pattern paper that I've got in my stash, and I think what I'm going to basically just do is something I never do, and that is have some little flags hanging down, except I don't know that I like having it all in white. I think I need to add some of those other colors in, so let me grab out some of my Catherine Pooler inks, because I know I've got some of those colors in here. Before I do that though, I think I'm going to trim all of these down in half and use half on this card and possibly half on another card. Yes guys, I'm trying not to do so much winging it, but I am definitely winging it today. So these measure 5.5, right at, so that means if I cut it down to 2 3/4, that'll be the halfway mark. Okay, so in my pattern paper, I've got some pink and blue and yellow and orange. So for the orange, I'm going to go ahead and grab out my Tutti Fruitti and just do some ink swiping. And I'm not 100% sure which design I want to go with, so I'm going to do it on both. And just basically creating my own colored cardstock. Now this is a great idea for when you don't have the right color, or you just basically don't have a lot of colored cardstock in your stash. And I am always afraid I'm going to be making a mess. And as usual, I am making a mess. Okay, let's turn this one around. I just have to be really careful not to get inky fingers all over everything else. Okay, let's go on to my suede shoes, because I think that'll match the blue really, really well. So we've got orange and we've got blue, and now I need to have my all that jazz. Okay, so I've got a few different colors. I've decided that for this card I'm going to use these guys. I also don't want this little bit here to show, so I'm going to kind of have that one in the back. And what I've decided I'm going to do is I'm going to put them at different levels. So I've got two different foams. This is my Scotch foam tape, which is kind of thin. You can see how thin that is. And then I've got these that came in my my card kit of the month from Spellbinders, and that is quite a bit thicker. It's about like at least twice as thick. So I can use those kind of in combination to make different layers, different levels of my little tiers. And I think I'm also going to have them at like different lengths as well. So that's going to be kind of cool. And once I decide on the final length, I can always add a little bit of foam up at the top. And I'll bring it in just a little bit. I think I want this one to be fairly high up. So I'll put that one there, and the foam is not showing on the back. This one, I'll do kind of the same thing, but have it a little bit lower. And it looks like I do have at least one of them a little bit crooked. Let's see, which one's crooked? My orange is crooked. I'm being very, very gentle pulling this off, and it's actually not ripping the paper yet. Awesome! And you could do the same kind of thing, but have it with regular cardstock, your colored cardstock, instead of using... Yeah, I think I like that. That one's going to be further down, and this one too. I think I'm going to put... Do I want them to actually be popped up higher? I don't think I do. I think I want to leave them right where they're at. First, I'm going to trim off the excess card up at the top. And this party panel, I did cut a little bit smaller than an A2 size card, so it should be about right anyway. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this one down, add a little bit of foam right to the end, because that's going to be where it's further down than the other guys. Grab out my glue. And I think I'm going to have it a little bit up above the edge so that I can trim it down to make sure everything is straight. Okay, so that looks pretty cool. And I am going to need some additional on one side of my teal color, my All That Jazz. Okay, so now it's about straight, which is good. Now I can just trim off excess up here at the top. And check on whether or not I need any additional foam. Okay, so now everything's going to lay flat. That is awesomeness. Okay, so this is going to go on here, and then I can put my Happy Day sentiment on here, down here at the bottom. And I think I'm going to use some dry adhesive this time. It's going to be a little bit harder to add because of all the dimension on there, but I don't think that the liquid glue kind of shows through on paper more. Makes everything a little bit lumpy and warped, and I don't really want it to do that. I want it to kind of stay flat. I should have added this on first, but I wasn't sure how I wanted to have the top. So it is what it is, right? Okay, so that looks pretty good. And then I'll just take, I think I am going to add a little bit more dimension to my sentiments too. I was just going to put Happy Day on there by itself, but I think I'm going to actually layer some of them up. You can get a little additional dimension by just layering 2-3 copies of the same sentiment on top of each other. And since it's so small of lettering, I'm just going to put some adhesive on the back of one of them and then adhere those together. And I think 3 little happies is going to be good enough. Now I have to decide, do I want to leave it as white or do I want to go with another color? I'm thinking that I want to go with Tutti Fruitti. So this is going to be an experiment. I have not done it like this before, but we shall see. Oh, that turned out really well. Yes, I'm loving that. This is a technique I'm going to be trying again. We've got the word happy, and everything is nice and color coordinated. Okay, let me go ahead and add a little bit of glue to the back of my... Actually, I'm going to do it the same way I did before because that worked out so well. Okay, that is looking good. Now I'm going to see what all different sequins do I have, because these are nice and they're like a pinky orange and they're nice and bright and I think they would be fantastic. But I'm also thinking maybe I need to add a little bit more than just that. And I may just go crazy with the sequins. Okay, let me start off with I think some of the stars. So let's put a few stars over there. Okay, I think that is enough confetti for one day. So if you'd like to see some more videos where I'm using Spellbinders products, be sure to check out this playlist over here. You guys have a wonderful day, and remember, if I can make it, you can too. Have a great day.